I was at Whole Foods the other day looking for dates. Both kinds, am I right, ladies? The other day I was driving on the highway to the airport or something, and I picked up I know you're not supposed to do this, but I was driving and I picked up my iPhone so that I could, because it was playing music, and I picked it up so that I could replay a Fiona Apple song that I was listening to. I would submit that should qualify as a suicide attempt. I work with Howie. I didn't need to look at my notepad to know that. I work with Howie. He brings me all of my meals like a dog. Like I'm a dog, and that he feeds every day. And it's like they're turning all of us into animals by just like servicing all of our needs. Like I understand why, now that I've been working in writing jobs for a little while, I understand why people would just get weird, like stars would get like weirdly specific riders and stuff like that of like things they need. Because the show that I was working on before this, we had these PAs, and they would like they would sit in the room and like listen to us and stuff. And I remember we were talking one day about how like most of the staff likes dark chocolate, but some people like milk chocolate or whatever. And we were saying how we always had these dark chocolate almonds. And then the next day I came in and they were mixed milk chocolate and dark chocolate almonds. The PAs had bothered to do this for us. And I was like, I remember thinking at the time, like, oh my God, I don't need that. Like, I don't need that. And then they stopped doing it, and I was like, where the fuck are those fucking... Can't do that to me. I smoke a lot of weed. I smoke a lot of weed. I'll describe how much this way. I went to my dispensary the other day and they noticed I had trimmed my bangs. So there's that. And that's one of 3 dispensaries I go to. When I need to remember something, I put it on top of my weed. And that's that. Someone called me a know-it-all the other day, which I find annoying, because know-it-all is one of the few phrases in the modern English language that's hyphenated despite not being used as a modifier. It's also known as a permanent compound. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see this light, Howie, so you might have to tell me.
I'll be like, hey, Megan.
Hey. Okay. Not now. Yeah. No, do that. Just poke me. I don't know if you guys can hear. Some people say I have a really strong Midwestern accent. Do you guys hear it?
Yeah.
It comes out really bad when I'm drunk, or whenever I ask a bus driver for 1 ticket to Hollywood, please. I'm gonna be a star. I think it's that hard A and stuff. I started seeing a therapist recently, which is great. I just got a recommendation from a friend, though. I didn't look up any of her credentials or anything, so I may just be talking to a lady in a room. But whatever, she seems like she knows what she's talking about. She's got throw pillows and stuff. She's got it together. I haven't been dating anyone for a while. The last guy that I was dating seriously that I broke up with, I did this terrible thing where, not in the breakup, that was fine, but I started telling people afterwards that I broke up with him so I could focus on my career, which was not true. I just broke up with him because I didn't want to date him anymore, but when I told people that I did it for my career, they looked at me like I was so responsible and ambitious, like I'd made this great personal sacrifice for my own betterment, and I just fed off of their approval. It was intoxicating. To the point where it got really bad, and a few months after the breakup, when people asked me why I broke up with him, I was like, Eric and I were really good together, and if we had a couple more years, maybe things would have worked out, but my dog sled team and I need to get some medicine or else all the children will surely die of diphtheria. That was an Iditarod reference. It's not a very good comical reference, I find. It requires Wikipediaing. I rate all of my comical references on a scale from 0 to 8675309. With 8675309 being the worst. my age for mischief. I realized this the other day. So I'm 27. I can't do mischief anymore. If I do it now, it's just crime. It's just crime. I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was telling me how when he was younger, he actually did that thing where you knock over a mailbox with a baseball bat, which I've never done and therefore will never do because I'm too old now. And it's not because I'm like afraid of the cops or anything, but I can't help but think about that guy that comes out the next morning after his mailbox has been knocked over. He just like sees it like lying in his front yard, and he just like he can't explain to these like 11-year-olds that are knocking it over, but it's just like, God damn it! Like I don't even like that thing. I don't even like it. I don't even want to have one. I have to have one. I have to have one to have a house. And now it's like I don't even know where to replace it. Like where do you go buy a new mailbox? You just do that at like any Home Depot, or do you have to go to like a specialty place? And God knows I have to hire someone because like that post must go like 50 feet in the ground. It's just like all that ever comes in there for me are bills, you know? It's like, what? It would be the same thing if you took a razor blade and went out to my license plate and just scraped off the tags. Because I have to replace those and they have no sentimental value to me. And the thing also that kid doesn't know is like, that guy that lives in that house, like the kid ostensibly is like knocking his mailbox over because he's like, yeah, fuck you grown-ups, like you don't tell me what. That guy in that house would kill his wife to live as a 10-year-old boy for like 10 more minutes. It's like, she would be into it too, because she probably has kids. She's miserable. It's almost done.
I have no clue.
You have no idea? I can't.
I just work here.
All right.
It's good.
It's good? Oh, thanks. I'll do, you know what? I'll do one more.
Okay.
I'll do one more. So, well, unless it goes bad, and then I'll do. I bought 8 apps the other day, and yet the dark void inside me remains. So I don't know what that is. Fuck that one up. See, that's why I'm a writer, because I wouldn't have typed out the stutters. I don't have a ton of self-esteem, but I would never ever let anyone call me a bitch, except for my Thai masseuse. And that's only because she earned that fair and square. Because she kicked the shit out of me, and I paid her for it, which is like the technical definition of being somebody's bitch. I don't know. I really don't know what happened to this woman in Thailand that made her so like angry and want to take it out on people. But apparently, instead of dealing with it there, she just bottled it up, took it through U.S. Customs, and now she just unleashes it upon people's hamstrings. It's really weird. Like I can't tell exactly, but from what she did to my back the last time, my best guess of what happened to her, my best guess is that a war molested her.
Yeah.
Stand-up comedians,
They have to chug a bottle of liquor? That seems...
2 minutes. 20 ounces in 2 minutes.
Thank you. You know my favorite. See, this is the problem. Now it's like he knows my favorite stuff. So
I know your favorite everything.
Yeah.